Good evening, guys. Can you hear me? Am I audible? Online, can you hear me? Am I audible? ఈ నెట్వర్కింగ్ ఎక్కువైనట్టుంది జనాలకి ఎవరు రాగిలా లేదు సో I said na, if I'm saying important, definitely people they are not going to attend the session. I don't know why. See, really it's a very important session now we are going to discuss. So అలా అన్నమాట మనం ఏం చేయలేము స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం ఓకే రైట్ సో లెట్స్ గెట్ స్టార్టెడ్ సో టుడే we are going to discuss about IPv4. Guys, please focus on it. So who don't know about IP addresses, definitely it's a very helpful to you people, this session. So after completing this session, not today, tomorrow. So tomorrow session, after completing tomorrow session, definitely you are going to become one pro level network engineer, not normal, pro level in IPv4. I'm not going to teach IPv6 here, okay? Because no one they're teaching IPv6 now, man. So maximum in Amirpet people they're using IPv4 only for teaching AWS and DevOps, right? So no one they're bothering about IPv6. So that's why I'm also not bothering about IPv6. So we are going to focus on IPv4, right? Okay. So guys, first of all, what is IP address? So what is IP address, guys? Yes, internet protocol. What is the use of internet protocol? What is the use of internet protocol? Yesterday already we discussed few things, right? It's a logical addressing. Very good, right? Then super. To communicate between, to enable the communication, to communicate with from one mission to another mission. It may be server, it may be some different device, it may be router, it may be switch, it may be hub. Right, guys? Hub don't have, router switch having the IP addresses. So manageable switches having IP addresses and routers also having IP addresses. We can communicate with any device. It may be load balancer. Got it, guys? So firewalls will have, right? So we can communicate with network device. Simple. Yesterday I have given one example to you people. Simple, guys. For example, without your contact number, how I am unable to communicate with you people? Like the same way, without IP addresses, we are unable to communicate from one mission to another mission into our network. Simple. Maybe if you go to one person, so that person he having physical address, means postal address, and as well as logical address, means phone number. Got it, guys? So physical address and logical address coming to one mission, one network device, it having one physical address, that is MAC address, it having one IP address, that is logical address. So without IP addresses, we are unable to communicate from one mission to another mission in our network, into our network. Got it, guys? Without contact number, you people, you are unable to communicate with me. I am unable to communicate with you. I hope you got it, guys, right? So like the same way, we need to assign one unique IP address for particular mission. With the help of that unique address, we are going to communicate. I hope you got it. That is a use of IP address. Right, guys? So that is a use of our IP addresses. So clear? So now we are going to discuss about IPv4. So IP version 4 and IP version 6, two versions will have. Got it, guys? As of now, we'll have two versions. IPv4. IPv4 in the sense IP version 4. IPv6 means IP version 6. I hope you're clear, right? IPv4 and IPv6. Two versions of IP addresses will have. So coming to IPv4, it's a 32-bit IP address. 32 bits means 32 zeros and ones will have binaries. Length of our IPv4 is a 32-bit. 32 zeros and ones binaries will have. Got it, guys? So how many combinations we'll have in IPv4. So we have one small simple formula. So that is 2 to the power of 32. This is a formula. With the help of this formula, we are going to get the combinations into IPv4. How many combinations will have? More than 4 billion combinations will have in IPv4. I hope you got it, guys. Clear? So IPv4 is a 32-bit IP addressing, means 32 zeros and ones will have, 32 zeros and ones will have, right? So 2 to the power of 32 is a formula to know the combinations of our IP addresses. Got it, guys? Right. So let's see here. Those all the combinations that got completed over. Those 4 billion combinations will have, na? Those all the combinations finished, completed. How? Because of us only. So many people, they're using smart devices, right? Smart devices means always it is going to connect with network, means internet. Yes, no. We'll have smart ACs, smart televisions, right? So, and smart washing machine also will have, guys. Even I don't know why they introduced a smart washing machine. Anyway, we need to put the clothes into the washing machine. We need to carry the clothes automatically. It is not going to put into the washing machine, right? But we'll have few features we can manage with the help of mobile. We'll have NFC kind of washing machines. We can connect smart washing machine and then you can manage from anywhere. Right, guys? So those all the smart devices will have. Each and every smart device, it is going to work. It will communicate with the help of IP address. For example, we have smart CC cam here into our classroom, for example, right? So now why they implemented smart CC cam into our classroom? Because to monitor. So whether so management they're working properly or not, right? So admins they're providing the proper facility or not, like this everything management they are going to watch. How they are going to watch those all the visuals from our classroom with the help of the CC cam device. The CC cam device it having one IP address and our mobile device it having one IP address. We should have the smart mobile. The smart mobile always it having one IP address. Automatically it is going to get the IP address from ISP. So two types of IP addresses again we'll have, public and private. We'll discuss later about public and private. Okay. So now, so related to smart CC cam device app, we need to install into our mobile or into our laptop, right? Laptop and mobile, it having one IP address, CC cam having one IP address. So with the help of those both the IP addresses, we are going to communicate, and CC cam, it is going to send the visuals to us into, we can watch those all the visuals from our mobile. So like this, how many CC cams will have? And nowadays, most of the people, so they're having smart homes, right? So if you need to open the lock, voiceover, okay, Google, open the lock. Okay, Google, close the curtain 100%, open the curtain 50%, ఇది respond అవుతుంది. So, right? So close the curtain 100%, like this we'll have voiceovers. So those all the devices, okay, Google, switch off the AC, switch on AC. So like this kind of devices will have. Those all the devices, it will work depend on IP addresses, guys. So that's why IPv4 range, it got completed. So we don't have the IP addresses in IPv4, it got completed. So if you doesn't have the IP addresses, how you are going to communicate? It's a bit difficult to us. So that's why they introduced to us IPv6, IP version 6. This is a 128-bit addressing. So compared to IPv4, 4 times more IP addresses will have. 2 to the power of 32 whole power 4. Got it, guys? So we'll have 4 times more IP addresses compared to IPv4, right? So if you are try to distributing 10 IP address for each and every people throughout world, even though you'll have the IP addresses in IPv6, right, guys? I hope you got it. Now my question is, it's one kind of interview question. In IPv6, exactly why 128-bit? Why not 64? Why not more than 128? Okay, IPv4 is a 32-bit. It's a little bit old version, so we can accept. It's not a problem. So that's why it got completed. The range it got over. So that's what they introduced to us IPv6, right? IPv6, why 128 bit? Why not 64? Okay, you can say if they introduced to us 64 bit, maybe we are going to face same issue after a few days, after some time, right? So that's why they introduced to us 128, right? So why exactly 128? Why more than 128? Why not more than 128? Yes, guys, think. Huh? ఇది చెప్తే మాత్రం రేపు 100 రూపీస్ చాక్లెట్ తీసుకొచ్చిస్తా. If you're giving this answer, I'll give you 100 rupee chocolate tomorrow. Why exactly 128 bit? Why not more than 128 bit? There's a offer for you people, especially. Yes, guys. So adundi kada silk, Cadbury silk. It's only for offline, not for online, guys. Okay, it's only for offline. I think. I guess Pankaj is giving the response, right? Okay, so I'll tell you why. Because our smart devices, our laptops, everything, it will support till 128 bit. More than 128 bit, don't support. So that's why. Binary. Oh, Mother Mohan, you need to provide the chocolate to me. You need to get the chocolate for me, Mother Mohan. Okay, right. Okay, got it, guys. Clear? I hope you're clear. Yes, no, right? Okay. So our smart devices, our laptops, mobile phones, it will support as of now till 128 bit. So that's why they introduced us IPv6 as a 128 bit addressing. But anyway, we are not going to discuss about IPv6. We are going to discuss about IPv4. You need to get one doubt, sir. As of now, you said IPv4 range, it got completed. Again, you are saying you are going to teach IPv4. Why? Because India, like countries, still they are using IPv4. Got it, guys? India, like countries, still they're using IPv4. Not only India, few countries still they're using, even US also they're using IPv4 still. Got it, guys? Because of some reasons, our government they didn't provide the full-fledged permission to update the IPv4 to IPv6 because it's not that much of easy. So that's why still India, like countries, they are using IPv4. We can use IPv6 also, it's not a problem. But full-fledgedly, only IPv6 we are not using. With combination, we are using IPv4 and IPv6 both. Got it? How? As of now, what we discuss IPv4 range completed, finished. Then how we are using IPv4 still in India? Not only in India, few countries still they're using IPv4 with the help of NAT concept. With the help of NAT concept. Network Address Translator. NAT stands for Network Address Translator. With one public IP address, you can communicate with 60,000 hosts, means private IP addresses. With one public IP address, we'll have two types of IP addresses, public and private. Excuse me, guys. Public and private. With one public IP address, public for internet, private for intranet. Remember, I'll tell you what is the difference between public and private. In your home, you'll have Wi-Fi router, right? So you're going to connect the internet via to the Wi-Fi router, right? This Wi-Fi router, it will act like as a NAT. So outside network is a public network. Inside, what you will have the network, you are trying to connecting your devices, right? You're going to get 192.160.1.1, 1.11 like that IP addresses, one dot something like this you're going to get. This is your internal network. That is private network. That is your own network. This router inbound traffic is a public. Router outbound traffic is a private. I hope you got it, guys, right? Clear? So router is going to get the internet with the help of public IP address. It is going to share the internet connection to each and every device in our home using private IP address. This router having NAT device. This NAT exactly what it will do in the sense, it will enable the communication between public and private network. So if you purchase one public IP address, in AWS, you'll have static, elastic IP address. In AWS, you'll have elastic IP address. For elastic IP address, you are going to get charged. Like the same way, so if you go to on-premises, those people, they're going to purchase static IP address from ISP. It's not for free of cost. Actually, we don't have that static IP address into our home. If you try to starting the organization, if you need to communicate securely from your organization to another branch, maybe to someone, right? So usually people, they are going to purchase the static IP address. So for per month, I think 4 to 5,000 rupees like this, they're going to charge ISPs. So with one public IP address, we can communicate 60,000 hosts. So with the help of NAT concept, still India like countries, they are using IPv4. I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no, clear. So why we are using IPv4? So because it's not that much of easy to upgrade from IPv4 to IPv4. All the devices we need to change in the sense it's a bit difficult to us. It will take some time. It will take some time. I hope you got it. So Indian government, everything they need to change. So it's not that much of easy. So got it, guys. So clear. So that's why still we are using IPv4. Now we are going to discuss about IPv4 very in-depthly. Got it, guys. So coming to IPv4, 32-bit addressing. 32 bits means 32 zeros and ones. So how many zeros and ones will have? 32 zeros and ones will have, right? So total 32 zeros and ones. So guys, it's a very huge value. So more than 4 billion combinations means it's a very huge combination, right? So who's going to bother about that much of combination? No one they're going to use, right? So that's why those people, they got divided into 4 octets. Total 32 bit. 32 bit, they got divided into 4 octet. Each octet having 8 bits. OCTET octet. Many people, they are going to call groups also. Don't say groups. Usually the term is a octet. We need to use a term called octet. This is a proper way. Got it, guys? This is one octet. This is another octet. This is another octet. And this is another octet. We can use with one public IP address, man. Pankaj. We can, right? Yes, man. So I hope you got it. So this is one octet. This is another octet. This is one more octet, and this is another octet. 4 octets will have. Total 32 bit. They got divided into 4 octet. They means who? Who? They means who? Who's providing this IP addresses? Who's providing internet for us? Network engineer. Network engineer is going to deploy the network. That's it. He's not going to provide the internet and network and those all stuff. ACT. ACT means ISP. Internet Service Provider. Yes, no. For internet service providers will have, right, ACT and BSNL, and then we'll have Airtel, Jio, right? Those all, right? Peoples are ISPs, internet service provider. Those internet service provider, from where they're getting internet? Hathway ISP, satellite. Guys, most of the people, they have an hobby. Very good, Pankaj. I'm coming. Okay, you are my old student now, so that's why you know that. See, guys, most of the people, what they're thinking in the sense, we are trying to sending the data through satellite. Guys, through satellite, hardly 2 to 3% communication will happen. Remember, internet means direct one wire from your mission to another mission. That's it. That is called internet. Okay. So internet, satellites, hardly 2 to 3%, hardly 5% we are going to send the data through satellite. Don't say satellite. So INA, very good. Not INA actually. RIR. RIR, they are going to get from INA. INA, it is going to get from ICANN. Let's see here. Who's providing IPv4 and IPv6? ఏంటది ఏం సంగతి ఏంటమ్మా? So please switch off your mobile. See, always my mobile into silent mode itself only. ఇంకేం చెప్పలేము. హెచ్ఆర్ కావాలంటే ఇంకేం పొమ్మని చెప్పాలి అంతే. Right, guys. See here. ICANN. Who's providing the internet? ICANN. ICANN stands for the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. ICANN to INA. IANA. Most of the people, they know about INA, but they don't know about ICANN. Usually internet, IP addresses, everything who's providing ICANN for us. ICANN to INA. Internet Assigned Numbers Authority. INA to RIR. Regional Internet Registry. RIR to ISP. ISP means Internet Service. ISP to small ISP. Small ISP to in our home. How many of you know this? Tell me. So we should know this, right? If someone they're asking who's providing IP addresses, then what kind of answer you are going to provide? Huh? IP addresses we are going to get automatically into our organization. Huh? So, right, guys, I hope you're clear, right? Next. So coming to here, INA people, they introduced to us IPv4. Total IPv4 is a 32-bit. 32-bit is a very huge value. So that's why they got divided into 4 octet, each octet having 8 bits. 32 divided by 4. So each octet having 8 bits. Each octet, it's separated with the help of decimal dot notation. So because of that reason, our IP addresses, it's looking like this. 192.168.1.11 like that. Guys, this is not a exact value. Just for example, I have given. If you want, you can get the value of 8 bits. We'll have binary calculator. With the help of binary calculator, we can convert binary value to numerical value. But don't worry how to convert the binary values into numerical. I will teach you after some time. No need to bother about binary calculators and those all stuff. Right, guys? Right? So because of that, our IP address, it's looking like this: 192.168.1.11 like this. It is looking because we have decimal dot notation, right? So each octet having how many bits? 8 bits, right? So 2 to the power of 8. 2 to the power of 8, right, guys? 2 to the power of 8 means 256 combinations. 256 combinations. Got it, guys? 256 combinations means, can we write 0 to 255? You're writing from 0, so that's why always we need to do -1. Total combinations are 256. So we are writing from 0 to 255 because we need to do -1. Means each octet having how many combinations? 0 to 255 combination. Same formula, 2 to the power of 32, right? Coming to 2 to the power of 8 because we'll have 8 bits into each octet. We'll have 8 bits into each octet. I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no? Clear? Right. So let's see, guys, here. 0 to 255. 0 to 255 for this octet. For this octet, 0 to 255. Third octet also having 0 to 255. Fourth octet also having 0 to 255. First octet, 0 to 255 combination. Second octet, 0 to 255 combination. Third octet, 0 to 255 combination. Fourth octet, 0 to 255 combinations. So I hope you got it, guys, right? Clear? 0 to 255 also, it's a very huge value, guys. No one they are going to connect more than 200, 500 IP addresses like that. Usually. It's not recommended also. Maybe some people, if they need, we can, but it's not recommended, right? So 0 to 255 also is a very huge combination. So actually 32-bit is a very huge combination. So they got divided into 4 octet. So each octet having 8 bits. If you're trying to calculating 8 bits, again, that is also very huge combination, 0 to 255. So that's why INA people, what they did in the sense, they introduced to us IP address classification. I hope you got it, guys. They introduced to us IP address classification, right? IP address classes: class A, class B, class C, class D, and class E. So 0 to 255, they got divided into 5 classes. 0 to 127 class A. Coming to class B, 128 to 191. Coming to class C, 192 to 223. Coming to class D, 224 to 239. Coming to class E, 240 to 255. Total 0 to 255 combination, they got divided into 5 classes. That is called IP address classification. I hope you got it, guys. That is called IP address classification, right? So class A, 0 to 127. Class B, 128 to 191. Class C, 192 to 223. Class D, 224 to 239. Class E, 240 to 255. I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no, right? So now you should get one doubt now. Sir, why class A 0 to 127? Why not 0 to 191? In which basis they introduced to us those all the ranges for classes? मैं पूछने के बाद में आया doubt. Yes, no. And one more thing, class A, class B, class C. First, those 3 classes for LAN and WAN purpose. Who's going to manage LAN and WAN? వేరే వాళ్ళు కదా, మనం కాదు. Who's going to manage LAN and WAN, guys? Users, providers. మీరందరూ ఫ్యూచర్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఇంజనీర్లు నాయన, భయం వేస్తుంది అసలు. Who's going to manage LAN and WAN? You peoples only. You're a cloud engineer, you are going to manage. You are a DevOps engineer, you are going to manage. You are a legacy engineer, you are going to manage. Yes, no. Our responsibility. Our responsibility. So we are going to design the infrastructure. So who's going to design the infrastructure into your organization? How you are going to design the infrastructure? With the help of network only, right? With the help of LAN only. With the help of WAN only, right? LAN and WAN purpose, we are going to use first 3 classes. Class A, Class B, Class C. Who's the responsible person to manage? We only. As a system engineer or network engineer, he's going to bother about those LAN and WAN. Class D for multicasting purpose. Multicasting means 1-to-1 group. Broadcasting means 1-to-many including source. Floating means 1-to-many excluding source. Unicast means 1-to-1. Multicast means 1-to-1 group. Like WhatsApp group. You are going to send the data at a time for 20 people. That is called multicasting, right? So class D for multicasting purpose, we are not going to bother about multicasting. Class E for R&D purpose, research and development purpose. Class D, Class E, we are not going to bother. Our responsibility, we need to manage Class A, Class B, and Class C. Class D and Class C, we are not going to manage. Class D for multicasting, Class E for research and development purpose. I hope you're clear. Yes, no. Right. So now, why Class A 0 to 127? Why not 0 to 191? In which basis they define the classification? Based on priority bit. IP address classification done by using priority bit, guys. What is priority bit? A most significant bit of the first talk that we are going to consider as a priority bit. బాబు తెలియకపోతే ఏం పర్లేదు, నేర్చుకోండి. మాకు తెలియలేదు ఇన్ని రోజుల నుంచి అని ఫీల్ అవ్వకండి, అవసరం లేదు. రాజా కదా, నేర్చుకోండి, ఇబ్బంది ఏం లేదు. ఇప్పుడైనా సక్రంగా నేర్చుకోండి అంటున్నా. ओके ना? सो क्लियर गाइस, सीख लो. अगर पता नहीं तो सीख लो, कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं. अभी तक पता नहीं है, छोड़ दो उसका. अभी तक हुआ वो छोड़ दो. अभी से थोड़ा सीरियस थे लेके प्रैक्टिस करना स्टार्ट करो, जिसमें भी, नॉट ओनली इन लिनक्स, whatever if you want to can do it, maybe AWS, DevOps, data science, whatever it may be. So be serious on it, right? Because without networking, you're unable to become as a cloud engineer. Remember, you are unable to become as an infrastructure engineer. Remember, without networking concept. Networking, it's basic for each and everyone. Even if you want to can do, CISSP, whatever if you want, you can do. Ethical hacking related courses you can do. Without networking, it's not possible. If you want, you can do MCSA, MCSC, RSCSA, RSCE, Cisco, whatever it may be. Without this, what I'm trying to teaching the concept, without this concept, you are unable to survive. There's a common for everyone. There's a common for everyone, guys. So please focus on it. And after completing the session, you're going to get one capacity. You can deploy your own network. I'll show you how to deploy our own network also. Don't worry. Not into AWS, into my mission. Got it, guys? Clear? So class A 0 to 127, class B 128 to 191, class C 192 to 223, class D 224 to 239, class E 240 to 255. Agree, sir. Networking is most important. You should agree. That's it. There is no other way. There is no other way. You should agree. That's it. Okay. You need to agree. That's it. Without networking, whatever if you want, you can do. Waste of time. And after completing the networking theory, I'll teach SSH. Then you are going to get one clarity exactly how we are going to work with private and public keys. Then you are going to become perfect infrastructure deployment engineer. Right. Okay. So in which basis we are going to get this one? With the help of priority bit. What is priority bit? Most significant bit of the first octet we are going to consider as a priority bit. So if you want, you can make a note. IP address classification done by using priority bit. IP address classification done by using priority bit. So what is priority bit? Right, guys? IP address का जो classification है priority bit के वजह से हुआ था, right? So what is priority bit? Most significant bit of the first octet we are going to consider as a priority bit. Most significant bit of the first octet. I'll tell you what is most significant bit. Practically, I'll show you. Don't worry. Got it, guys? Most significant bit of the first octet we are going to consider as a priority bit. What we are trying to discussing in theory, each and everything I'll show you practically. Don't worry. So got it, guys? Most significant bit of the first octet. Most significant bit of the first octet we are going to consider as a priority bit. Most significant bit of the first octet we are going to consider as a priority bit. So this is a most significant bit of the first octet, 0. So it's a 0. 0 is a priority bit for class A. Based on the 0, they decide 0 to 127 range. So this is 10. Class B priority bit is a 10. Class C priority bit is a 110. Class D priority bit 110. Class E priority bit 111. I think it's a very easy to remember. It's not a big deal, right? So based on those priority bit, they introduced to us IP address classification, IP address range, class ranges. I hope you got it, guys. 0 is a priority bit for class A. 10 is a priority bit for class B. 110 is a priority bit for class C. 110 is a priority bit for class D, and 1111 is a priority bit for class E. I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no, right? So now you need to ask, sir, how you are going to get this priority bit? That's it now. So before, how they define the class ranges, that is a doubt. Now the doubt, it got clarified, right? Now we have one more doubt. How you are going to get the 0? With the help of binary calculations. With the help of binary calculations, guys. So using binary calculation, we are going to get those priority bits. 0 is a priority bit for class A. 10 is a priority bit for class B. 110 is a priority bit for class C. 110 is a priority bit for class D. And 1111 is a priority bit for class E. I hope you got it, guys, right? So how you are going to get the priority bit? With the help of binary calculation. How many of you know binary calculation, guys? If you know, those peoples are good. Who don't know, those peoples are very good. Because I am going to teach now. Right, guys? So you know numerical calculation, it's not a big deal, right? So 2 to the power of 2 is equal to 4. Right, guys? 2 to the power of 2 is equal to 4. So 2 to the power of 2 means how many bits? 2 bits. Can we write the combinations like this? 2 zeros is equal to 0. 0 1 is equal to 1. 1 0 is equal to 2. 1 1 is equal to 3. Got it, guys? 4 combinations. 2 to the power of 2 is equal to 4. I think it got satisfied, right? Yes, no? So first combination 0 0. Second combination 0 1. Third combination 1 0. Fourth combination 1 1. After that, do we have any combinations? No. Total how many? 0 to 3, 4 combinations. So this is a simple way to calculate, right? Like the same way, each octet having how many bits? 8 bits, right? So 8 bits will have. Can we write 2 to the power of 8? Always, right? So always we can write 2 to the power of 8. So 2 to the power of 8 is equal to how much? 256 combinations. So means how many zeros we need to write first combination? 8 zeros. 8 zeros is equal to 0. 7 zeros 1 is equal to 1. 6 zeros 1 0 is equal to 2. Like this, if you are trying to calculating in one place, first bit it will become 0. Remaining all it will become ones. That is 127. Based on the 0, they define 0 to 127. So this is a most significant bit of the first octet. We are going to consider as a priority bit for class A. I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no. Now, if you try to continuing the calculation, so it will become 1 and everything it will become 0, that is 128. Then 1 0 0 0, last bit it will become 1 129. Like this, if you try to calculate in first two bits, first bit will become 1, second bit will become 0, remaining all it will become ones, that is 191. This value, this binary value is a 191. So class B priority bit 10, we decide they define the range 128 to 191 based on this priority bit. I hope you got it, guys, right? And again, we are trying to continuing the calculation. So 192, 193, 194, like this. In one place, 110 will have, and remaining all become ones. That is 223. Like the same way, if you try to calculating, you are going to get 1110 for class D, double one. All ones, 8 ones means 255. Blindly remember. 8 ones, binary value in numerical 255. Last value. Right, guys? I hope you're clear. Based on this binary calculation, they define the IP address classification. Like that, we got IP addresses, and like that, we got a classes. I hope you're clear. Okay, so few peoples will have, they don't know much about binary calculation. You can go with Imran sir calculation. Okay, so actually, I find this one. Usually, this is a right answer. Binary calculation is a right answer. I'm simplifying for you people because few people, they don't know much about binary calculations. Now for them, guys, you know few things you can remember, right? I think small things only. It's not a huge definitions. Okay, I hope you can remember 0, right? 1 0 also, right? 110 also, right? And 1110 also, double one also, right? 0 is a priority bit for class A, 10 is a priority bit for class B, 110 is a priority bit for class C, 1110 is a priority bit for class D, and 111 is a priority bit for class C, class E, not C. Okay, got it, guys? It's not a big deal. Easily we can remember. Yes, no, it's not a big deal. Easily we can remember, right? How many octets will have, guys? 4 octets will have. Each octet having how many bits? 8 bits, right? Each bit having one fixed value. Got it, guys? So you need to remember the priority bits and each bit value. Each bit value, right? So go a little bit down. So here total 8 bits will have. So I have wrote zeros. If you want, you can write zeros and ones, zeros, ones, your wish. If you want, you can write in zeros and one combinations also, but I have given zeros here example, right? So each bit having fixed value. So this bit value is a 2 to the power of 0. This bit value is a 2 to the power of 1. This bit value is a 2 to the power of 2. This bit value is a 2 to the power of 3. This bit value is a 2 to the power of 4. And this bit value 2 to the power of 5. And this bit value 2 to the power of 6. And this bit value is a 2 to the power of 7. So I think it's not a big deal to remember, right? Easily we can remember 8 bits. You can write from 2 to the power of 0, means from right side onwards. Then here we are going to end with 2 to the power of 7. Because we are writing from 0 now, always we are going to end with 2 to the power of 7, right? So first bit value 2 to the power of 0. This bit value 2 to the power of 1. This bit value 2 to the power of 2. This bit value 2 to the power of 3. This bit value 2 to the power of 4. And this bit value 2 to the power of 5. And this bit value 2 to the power of 6. And this bit value 2 to the power of 7. I hope you got it, right? So you need to remember those values. So what you need to do? So maybe if you're having some confusion in binary, so those peoples remember priority bits, remember each bit value. Simple. Guys, please don't buy hard. Class A 0 to 127, class B 128 to 191. Like this, don't buy hard. From now onwards. Many people, they have many confusions in IPv4, I know. Why we need to use IP addresses? What is this 192? What is this 10? What is this 172? Like this, many people, they have many confusions. Why we need to use 191? Why we need to use 172? I hope you got it, guys, right? So now we are going to discuss everything, right? So you should remember priority bit, and as well as you need to remember each bit value, right? I think it's not a big deal. So now what is a priority bit for class A, guys? 0, right? 0 means 1 bit, right? 1 bit, right? 0 means 1 bit. So first bit value, how much, guys? 2 to the power of 7, right? 2 to the power of 7 is equal to how much? 128. Can we write 0 to 127? Yes, no. We are writing from 0. So that's why we need to do -1. Simple. We got a class A range without any calculation, without any binary calculation. Simple. Yes, no. Right. Class B, priority bit 1 0 means 2 bits. 1 0, 2 bits. First bit value plus second bit value. 2 to the power of 7 plus 2 to the power of 6. 128 plus 64. How much? 192. Always we end with 127 here. We need to start from 128 always, right? Then we need to end with 191 instead of 192 because we are writing from 0. We should do -1. And then we got a class B range also, right? Without any binary calculation, without any, right? Calculations, we got a class range. Coming to class C, 110, 3 bits. 128 plus 64 plus 32. How much? 224. Then we end with 191. Always we need to start from 192. Then always we need to end with 123, not with 124 because we are writing from 0. I hope you got it, guys. I think it's very simple, right? Bachon ka khel, right? Yes, no. So coming to here, 710, 4 bits. 127 plus 128, not 7. 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16, 240. So we end with whom? 223. Always we need to start from 224. We need to end with 239 instead of 240 because we are writing from 0. And last range, blindly you can write 240 to 255. More than 255 it doesn't have. नहीं है ना, 255 से बढ़ के range नहीं है. So we are going to write blindly 240 to 255. That's it. Like this, if you're explaining into interview, 100% you're going to get the job, man. वहां पे उसको इंस्पिरेशन बन जाएगा, वहां पे आपका जो इंप्रेशन बन जाएगा उसको वहां पे. So if you're Few people, they got a job like that only. They don't know much about AWS and those all stuff, even though they got a job because they have the good knowledge in basics. अपना time अच्छा है तो हो जाएगा. So got it, guys. I hope you're clear. 256 combinations. We are writing from zero. Why? Because in binary calculation, zero only na starting. So that's why. 0 to 255, total 256 combinations. 0 so T55, 255 only we are going to get because we are writing from zero na. Zero को भी consider कर रहे हैं ना, इस वजह से we need to do -1 there. Got it, guys? Yes, no? I hope you're clear. So from now onwards, don't by heart. Class A 0 to 127 and class B 128 to 191 like that. So this is the best way. So easily you can remember, it's not a big deal, right? Okay. So next, coming to IP addresses, right? So we are going to manage class A, class B, and class C. So guys, INA people actually they got divided into network and host positions. INA people, they got divided into network and host positions. Got it, guys? So coming to class A, 1 network and 3 hosts. Class B, 2 networks, 2 hosts. Class C, 3 networks, 1 host. Got it? So class A, 1 network, 3 hosts. Class B, 2 network position, 2 host positions. Class C, 3 network positions and 1 host positions. Class A, 1 network octet, 3 host octets. Class B, 2 network octets, 2 host octets. Class C, 3 network octets and 1 host octet. Clear? I hope you got it, right? Simple, man. So this is first floor. This is second floor. This is third floor. Right? First floor people, they should not communicate with second floor people as well as third floor people. Second floor peoples also, they should not communicate with first floor peoples and third floor people. Third floor people, they should not communicate with first floor peoples and second floor people. Means we need to avoid the communication. Simple, man. Assume this. So this is fifth floor, right? We have 3 classrooms here, right? So if you doesn't have this compound wall, means this partition wall in between those 3 classrooms, so maybe 3 different faculties, they are trying to teaching 3 different subjects. So you people, you are going to get, what will happen? It become clumsy, right? Yes, no? So in this classroom, Linux, maybe that classroom, AWS, that classroom, DevOps, for example, right? So if you don't have this partition wall, then how you are going to get the knowledge? It's a bit difficult to us, right? Yes, no? Means how you are avoiding the communication between those 3 classrooms with the help of this partition wall, right? Like the same way, class A should not communicate with class B and class C. Class B should not communicate with class A and class C. Class C should not communicate with class A and class B, right? Means we need to build one compound wall in between those 3 classes, right, guys? The compound wall is a subnet mask. Got it, guys? The compound wall is a default subnet mask. By default, each and every class is having one subnet mask. That is a compound wall. Means compound wall means partition wall. To avoid the communication between those 3 classes, each and every class is having it on partition, right? Partition wall, like the same way, right? Then how you are going to get this default subnet mask? So one small definition wise, we are going to get this one. All the network bits should becomes ones. All the host bits should become 0. That is a default subnet mask for your class. All the network bits should becomes ones. All the host bits should become 0. Should become zeros. That is a default subnet mask for each and every class. As of now, we discussed we'll have network and host, right? All the network bits should become ones. Means 8 ones. 8 ones value we know. 8 ones means 255. Blindly you can write. 8 zeros. All the host bits should become zeros. 8 zeros plus 8 zeros plus 8 zeros. So 255.0.0.0. Simple. So this is a default subnet mask for class A. Without the subnet mask, you are unable to provide the boundaries for class A. This is a boundary. I hope you got it. So within a 255.0.0.0 itself only, we are going to communicate. That is a range for class A. I hope you got it, right? So coming to class B, 2 network, 2 host. So 2 networks means 8 ones dot 8 ones dot 8 zeros dot 8 zeros, 255.255.0.0. This is a default subnet mask for class B. Like the same way, class C subnet mask. 8 ones dot 8 ones dot 8 ones dot 8 zeros, 255.255.255.0. Those all default. If you are trying to utilizing class A, minimum you should provide the subnet mask for class A network. If you're using class B network, you need to use the subnet mask. If you're using class C network, you should use the subnet mask. ये क्लास ए का जो कॉम्पाउंड वॉल है, ये क्लास बी का कॉम्पाउंड वॉल है, ये क्लास सी का कॉम्पाउंड वॉल है. So with the help of those compound walls, we are avoiding the communication between those three classes. Like our classrooms. Like our classroom. For example, this classroom name is class A. So that classroom is class B. I will have one more classroom that is class C. If you don't have this partition wall in between those classrooms, what will happen? Nothing will happen. Yes, no. So we should have the compound wall. Then only we are going to avoid the communication. Then only we can attend the classes properly. If you're having compound wall, if you doesn't have compound wall, you people definitely you are going to attend the classes properly. I know. Huh? Got it, guys? So clear? Yes, no? Right? As of now, I hope you're clear. Right? Many peoples, they have some confusion. What is that 192? What is that 127? What is this? Those kind of stuff. Why we should use that 192? Right? So class A range 0 to 127. We know that 0 to 127, 0.0.0.0 to 127.0.0.0. Yes, no? Right. So let's see, guys, here. Class A 10.0.0.0 to 10.127. Sorry, guys. 255.255.255. Right, guys. 0 to 127 in between itself only will have 10, right? Yes, no, guys. 0 to 127 in between itself only will have 10. So this 10 range for class A. 10.0.0.0 to 10.255.255.255. Okay. Coming to class B, 172.16.0.0 to 172.31.255.255. Coming to class C, 192.16.0.0 to 192.16.255.255. Those all private range. Apart from this range, everything for public, everything for internet. This is for intranet. While you are trying to deploying the intranet into your organization, VPCs. VPC is an intranet for you, right? Your virtual private cloud is a personal cloud for you people. While you're trying to deploying the VPCs, while you're trying to deploying the on-premises network into your organization, always we need to use private range in between. So that's why many people 192.168.0.0 range they are going to use. Because someone, if they're asking the question to you, which class is a preferable to deploy the network into organization, in the sense, blindly you can say class C network is a preferable network. Huh? थोड़ा जोर से बात करो यार. Private subnet range. That is what same private subnet range I'm saying. This is for this one only. ये रेंज में दे रहे हो, ये सबनेट मास्क देना चाहिए. ये रेंज में दे रहे हो, ये रेंज कैसे आया बोल के बोल रहे हो. सी इट डिसाइड बाय आईना. ये रेंज इसको यूज करना है. सो अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस रेंज एवरीथिंग फॉर पब्लिक लाइक दैट. Okay. So your default जो है ना, SOINA, ICNN, they got decided. So class A, if you go to your home router, router you'll have 192.160.0.0 only. Few routers it having 10.0.0.0. Why? Because it's a preferable for private. Apart from this, everything for public. Public means internet purpose. So got it, guys. So class C is a preferable network to deploy the network into our organization. Why class C preferable network? Why not class A and class B? So actually we need to do few small calculation. With the help of that calculation, you are going to understand why class C is a preferable network. So you are a system administrator, right? You are a network engineer, right? So you are a cloud engineer. You got a one project. You need to deploy one infrastructure for that particular client, right? Then in class A, how many networks, how many hosts will have, we don't know, in the sense how you are going to deploy the network for him. Each and every classes will have class A and class B and class C. In class A, how many networks we can deploy? In each network, how many hosts we can connect? If you don't know, how you are going to become as a network engineer, tell me. అవి తెలియకపోతే అవ్వగలమా? క్లాస్ ఏలో ఎన్ని నెట్వర్క్స్ మనం డిప్లాయ్ చేయగలము అని తెలియకపోతే మనం ఎలా డిప్లాయ్ చేస్తాం? ఏ నెట్వర్క్ అని తీసుకుంటాం? క్లాస్ ఏ తీసుకుంటామా, క్లాస్ బి తీసుకుంటామా, క్లాస్ సి తీసుకుంటామా? మన క్లయింట్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ప్రకారం, అకార్డింగ్ టు అవర్ క్లయింట్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్, which class we are going to consider. So blindly you can say class C is a preferable, but we should understand, right, why class C is a preferable. Then we are going to know. Now each and every class, how many networks will have, in each network how many hosts we can connect. Now we are going to discuss with the help of few formulas. Formulas means it's not a that much of lengthy formula, small formulas only, so it's not a big deal, right? So let's see, guys, here. Coming to class A, how many networks will have in class A? One network octet. One network octet means 8 bits. Can we write n is equal to 8? We need few values. Those values we are going to substitute into our formula, right? And H means host. How many host octets will have? 3. So each octet having 8 bits. 3 8s are 24. How many priority bits will have? 0. Means 1 bit. So those values we need, right? So coming to network, how many network we can deploy with class A? Logical networks, guys. How many networks we can deploy with class A, right? Logical network we are going to know. So 2 to the power of n minus p minus 2. Guys, this minus 2 only for class A, not for class B, not for class C. Remember. Actually, formula is a 2 to the power of n minus p. But we need to add minus 2 for class A because 0.0.0.0. This is unknown network. Who's going to use this network? No one they are going to deploy. 127.0.0.0. This is a loopback network. This loopback network also we are not going to use. Those both the network we are not going to use. So that's why we are avoiding minus 2 networks. From all the networks, we are avoiding 2 networks. One is 0.0.0.0. Another one is 127.0.0.0. Got it, guys? 0 ka value nahi hai, 127 ka bhi value nahi hai. So because it's a loopback network. So we have one loopback IP address. That is different, Pankaj. 0.0.0.0/0. That is a default router's IP address. Because of internet we are going to use, that is a different. I'm talking about network. You are going to implement with the help of 0.0.0.1, 0.0.0.2 like this. Are you going to provide the IP address for each and every mission? No, right? Yes, no. ఎక్కడైనా చూసారా 0.0.0.1 అని 0.0.0.2 అని ఇట్లా? So we don't have, right? That is what you are saying. That is 0.0.0.0/0. That is different story. /0 is a different story. This is default router's IP address because we don't know. Maybe if you doesn't have the static IP address, always you are going to get the dynamic IP addresses, right? So we don't know. Every day we are going to get different IP addresses, right, from internet. So that's why we are going to fix 0.0.0.0/0. It is going to accept any IP address. If you're having static, then you can give your static IP address into your router. It's not a problem. So it's a secure. Maybe if you doesn't have the static IP address, blindly you are going to write 0.0.0.0/0, then it is going to accept any kind of public IP address into your router. Right. Okay. So let's see guys here. Okay. Guys, yeah. Now we have an IP address that is called 127.0.0.1. This is loopback IP address. It's a very, very important for interview. Definitely few people, they will ask about loopback. What is the use of loopback IP address? What is loopback IP address? 127.0.0.1 is a loopback IP address to check the NIC card. Whether your NIC card it's working properly or not, you need to troubleshoot, man. You are trying to sending the data, you are unable to send the data. Someone they try to sending the data to you, you are unable to receive the data from them. Then how to troubleshoot? First, we need to check our NIC card because that is the entry and exit point into our laptop, into our device. Whether this NIC card it's working properly or not, how we are going to check? With the help of this command that is called ping 127.0.0.1. If you're getting the reply from this IP address, means your NIC card, it's working properly. Inbound, outbound traffic, it will happen properly. Incoming traffic, outgoing traffic, it is going to happen properly. So got it. So if you're getting request timeout like this errors, means you have some problem with your NIC card, you need to replace with another NIC card. So clear? Yes, no? Right. So this is the calculation we need to do. We need to substitute those values. 2 to the power of n means 8 minus 1 minus 2 to the power of 7 minus 2. How many? 126 networks we can deploy with class A. How many hosts we can connect into each network? That is also we should know, right? ఇంతకి network ante host ante తెలుసా? You know about network and hosts, right? Don't know? कल बताया था ना यार मैं. Yesterday we discussed, right? So let's see guys here. This is one network, right? Actually, this is physical network. We need to deploy logical network, means IP addresses for this network. This is one network. Like this networks, we can deploy 120, how many? 6. In each network, how many hosts we'll have in this network? 4, right? Like this maximum, how many hosts we can connect with class A? Let's see here. This is a formula. 2 to the power of h minus 2. Minus 2 means one is network ID, another one is broadcast ID. Got it, guys? Network ID, broadcast ID. What is network ID? What is broadcast ID? Guys, if you go to any network, you'll have network ID, broadcast ID, definitely. Right? All the host bits, if it is becomes 0, that is network ID. All the host bits, if it is becomes 1s, that is broadcast ID. So example, I'll tell you. So let's see here. This is class A network. 10.0.0.0. All the host bits, it became zeros. That is network ID to identify the network. This network ID, we are not going to assign to our mission into our network. We are not going to assign this network ID to the host. We need to avoid. And this is broadcast ID 10.255.255.255. all the host bits, if it is becomes ones, that is broadcast ID. This broadcast ID also, we are not going to assign for hosts. I hope you got it, guys. Clear? So network ID and broadcast ID, we are not going to assign for host. We need to avoid. So broadcast ID, automatically it is going to do the broadcasting into our network with the help of this broadcast ID only. Okay. So this broadcast ID is going to attach with the FF colon, FF colon, like this one broadcast ID will have. So both the combinations, with the help of those, both the broadcast ID and then FF combinations, it is going to broadcast the data into our network. Got it, guys? In between, we'll have valid IP addresses 10.0.0.1, 10.0.0.2, 10.0.0.3, 10.0.0.4, like this 10.0.0.254. Those 1 to 254 is a valid IP addresses. Only valid IP addresses we are going to assign for host. Means missions. We are not going to assign network ID. We are not going to assign broadcast ID. I hope you got it, guys, right? Right. So that's why we are doing -2 here. Yes. Broadcast. वो binary है. 111 triple 8 ones बोल के बोला था ना. That is binary, right? Binary value, if you convert into numerical, that is 255. वो अलग होता है. हाँ, यहाँ पे 111 सब हो गया तो if you having zeros into host positions, that is network ID. If you having ones, 8 ones means 255 na. Instead of writing 8 ones, we are going to write 255. That is broadcast ID. Got it? Next. So we need to substitute those values. Got it? Is network IP will assign to router interface. So first of all, listen this. We'll discuss later about router and those all stuff. Pankaj. Okay. So let's see, guys, here. Coming to host, we'll have, this is a formula. 2 to the power of h minus 2 is a formula. -2 means one is network ID, another one is broadcast ID, right? So we are going to substitute those values. 2 to the power of 24 minus 2. 2 to the power of 24. 2 to the power of 24 means more than 1 billion hosts we can connect into each network. -2 always we do, because one is network ID, another one is broadcast ID. Those many missions we can connect into each network. Who's going to connect those many missions into one network? Tell me. Yes, no. Maybe if you're connecting those many networks into those many hosts into the one network, what will happen? More broadcast will happen. So while you try to transferring the data from one mission to another mission, it will take 2 days time. Example I'm saying, guys, don't take serious, okay? Slow data transportation will have. It won't take 2 days. Example I'm saying, okay? We joke చెప్పినా కూడా తలకాయ నొప్పి అయిపోయింది. So got it, guys? Network IP, it's not for router. Network IP only to identify the device. That's it. We are not going to assign the network IP for router. Router having 0.0.0.0/0. हाँ, जो भी है पब्लिक आईपी एड्रेस को एक्सेप्ट करने के लिए. Got it? Network ID. Router also one device na, man. What I said, we are not going to assign the network ID and broadcast ID for host like that. I said router also one kind of host only na. What I said while we are discussing about routers yesterday, router and PC both are same like that. I said, right? Yes, no. How you are going to assign network ID for router? समझ रहे हैं? Right. Pankaj, I hope you got it. So let's see, guys, here. Class B, So yeah, so now we need to substitute those formulas into this, those values into this formula. Okay, so then you are going to get this value. So that's why class A is not preferable to deploy the network into our organization. Like the same way, we are going to substitute class B values into those formulas. Here we should not give -2. We should not give -2 because there is no 0, there is no 127. It will start from 128. So no need to bother about -2 here. So how many networks will have in class B? 2. Means each network having, each octet having 8 bits. 8 plus 8, 16. How many hosts will have? 2. 8 plus 8, 16. How many priority bits? 1, 0. Excuse me, guys. 2 bits. So I hope you are clear. Yes, no? Right. So coming to network. So this is a formula 2 to the power of n minus p. So we are going to substitute those values 2 to the power of 16 minus 2, 2 to the power of 14, 16,384 networks we can deploy with class B. Got it, guys? कितने सारे network बना पाएंगे? 16,384 networks we can deploy with class B. Then how many hosts we can connect into each network? This is a formula. So 2 to the power of h minus 2, one is network ID, another one is broadcast ID. Then 2 to the power of h means 16, right? 2 to the power of 16 minus 2, 65,536 combinations. In that we need to do -2 because one is network ID, another one is broadcast ID. I said each and every network it having one network ID and broadcast ID. We need to avoid those network IDs and broadcast ID. So total valid IP addresses 65,536 valid IP addresses we can connect. So no one they are going to connect like 65,000, 60,000 hosts. So because of that reason, class B also it's not a preferable. Maybe if you need to connect more than 500,000 missions into one network, then you can. Okay. It depends on your requirement, your client requirement. We are unable to say, but coming to interview, so if someone they're asking to you which class is a preferable class to deploy the network means always class C. Blindly can give the answer. That is the right answer. Right? Okay. Coming to class C. How many networks will have? 3. 3 network octets, 3 8 or 24, right? And one host octet, 8 bits, priority value 3, 3 priority, 110 is a 3. So same formula, 2 to the power of n minus p, no need to provide -2 here. So we need to substitute those values, 2 to the power of 24 minus 3, 21. How many networks? So उतने networks हम लोग deploy पाएंगे. We can deploy those many networks. In each network, how many hosts we can connect? So this is a host formula, 2 to the power of h minus 2. One is network ID, another one is broadcast ID minus 2. 2 to the power of 8 minus 2, 256 minus 2. Actually, 256 combination. In that, we need to do -2. How many valid IP addresses will have? 254 valid IP addresses will have. So we can connect 254 hosts into each network. This is a preferable. Per network में 255. Servers, your wish, it may be your clients, it may be your servers, depends. Server also one kind of mission, man. It is going to provide the services to the clients, that's it. So don't use server like that. Mission use karo, mission. Mission is a word. It may be server, it may be client, we don't know, right? How you can say we are going to connect servers only? Yes, no. Missions are clients. So or you can say workstation. Workstation means again, that is a different story, client. It may be servers, it may be clients. Simply you can say we can connect 254 missions into each network. Okay. So 5 IP address reserve of Pankaj. Tomorrow we'll discuss about those all stuff. Okay. Right. So got it. He's asking about AWS. 254 कंप्यूटर्स ये नेटवर्क में आप लगा पाएंगे. समझ रहे हैं? कल आपको क्लैरिटी आ जाएगा. डोंट वरी. अभी तक क्लियर ना? I hope you're clear as of now. Yes, no. So 50% IPv4 completed. Another 50% will have. Tomorrow we are going to discuss because we don't have much time. Tomorrow we are going to discuss about subnetting. Okay. What if the require is of 300 host? So Pankaj, if you need 300 host, if you need to go with class B, or otherwise you need to use two different class C networks. Got it? Simple है यार. आपके पास 3000 स्क्वायर फीट प्लेस है यार, उससे बढ़ के चाहिए, क्या करोगे? एक उसको एक्सटेंड करके दूसरा प्लेस खरीदोगे, अगर नहीं है तो वही प्लेस दूसरे जगह, वैसा ही प्लेस दूसरे जगह खरीदोगे. Yes, no? Like the same way, class C, we need to use two different class C networks, or otherwise you can better to use class B. So you are going to get more than 300. In class C, it doesn't have 300. It will support till 254. Total combination 256. हाँ, क्लास बी पे चले जा सकते हो. क्लास बी में ज्यादा मशीन लगाना है बोले तो आप एक 500 हजार मशीन लगाना चाह रहे हैं, कैन गो विथ क्लास बी हैप्पीली, इट्स नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम, बट you'll have more broadcasting, right? So that's why small network is a preferable. With 200 and host, the network is a preferable. And apart from your wish, usually preferable is a loopback IP address. Madan Mohan, loopback loopback IP address means to check the NIC card, we are going to use loopback IP address. Ping is a command. Ping is a command. 127.0.0.1. This is a loopback IP address. Excuse me, guys. So this is a loopback IP address. If you are getting the reply from this IP, means your NIC card, it's working properly. You can send the data, you can receive the data. If you're having some error, maybe if you're getting error, means you need to replace with some different NIC card. So like this, we can find troubleshooting purpose. So there's an interview point of question usually. Okay. So I hope you're clear, guys, as of now. Sabhi picture waki hai. We are going to continue tomorrow. So this is a part 1 and part 2 we'll have tomorrow. So subnetting, after completing the subnetting, you are going to get the proper knowledge how to deploy the network into our organization. Tomorrow I will teach you what is /16, 27, those all. You people, you'll have many confusion in that. I know. What is /16, what is /27, like that, right? So you are going to get full-fledged knowledge tomorrow about CIDR. Okay? Right. So that's all for today. So see you tomorrow. So tomorrow we are going to continue subnetting, right? So after completing the subnetting, maybe it will take 1.5 hours subnetting, and I'll provide you some information related to AWS also, but I'm not going to show you practically, just theoretical information only I'll provide you. So just now I lose my account. Actually, I got a 40,000 bill. Someone they're using my account. Actually, it's not my account, someone else account. I don't know her. She's saying like I didn't share the password to anyone, but someone they're using, they launched the DB5 Excel instance, Extralogy instance. Per day, I think for 2 days, 15,000 bill we got. Like that, 4 days, one I find and then I have deleted. So again, that guy, he launched the instance, again, same instance. Past 2 days onwards running. Now I got a 40,000 bill. Just now I have terminated that account. So I don't know who did like that. Okay. So check. I am accessing access logs. MFA for account. I know even if I'm checking also, there is no use. I need to pay 40,000. Instead of paying 40,000, better to close the account, right? I know those all who's login into means root user itself only he's trying to log in. Always I'm going to get her name only, right? How we are going to get someone else name, right? If I'm trying to providing the IAM user, then okay. So those guys, he's trying to log in into our account, we can find, right? So he's trying to log in with the root user. There is no IAM user to whom I need to blame. Tell me. Got it, Pankaj? Yeah, I think you have a good knowledge in AWS. Very good, man. Okay. ETC settings are there. Okay. So we can enable static IP, sorry, source IP and then location. Okay, that much of doesn't need. Actually, that is a free tier account. If I need to continue, what will happen in the sense I need to pay 40,000 rupees. So I'm not getting 40,000 rupees while I'm using that account from the day one onwards. Then why I need to continue, right? Yes, guys. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye. Take care. Good night. No, no. Actually, I know we are very intelligent. No need to bother. We didn't provide any auto payment option there. So I know we didn't provide any kind of auto payment option there. We didn't save the card also even. Okay. Right. See you guys.